When I was in the university, my roommate went into a graveyard and urinated on the grave of a priest. I can't remember if the grave belonged to a church priest or it belonged to a traditionalist, I mean a native doctor, but one thing I know was that, I saw her, we all saw her urinate in a graveyard, and after then, her life became a mystery. In fact, my own life also became a mystery, or should I say a nightmare. Maybe as I tell my story, you will dictate if the grave belonged to a church priest or a traditionalist. So here is what happened. While in the university, in my third year, I had this roommate who lived an I don't care lifestyle. Her name is Victoria. She was the only daughter of a rich man, a top politician. She was my coursemate, my roommate and my age mate. We became friends after I helped her with a particular assignment that seemed tough for her in our year 2. It was a practical that we were meant to carry out. After we sourced for the practical materials, experimented it and submitted the final result to our lecturer together, we became close friends. In my third year, my landlord sold his house and the new landlord asked all the tenants to vacate urgently. I couldn't find another house to rent, so Victoria asked me to come live with her. She was living in a student lodge, the most beautiful, expensive and popular students' lodge off campus. Her lodge was called Rich Babe. This was because students living in that lodge all had cars and were considered rich men children. Victoria was living in a one-bedroom apartment and her room was spacious enough to accommodate 3 persons. As soon as I moved in, I started sharing her rent with her, and that was how we became roommates. Victoria and I were so close that people thought we were sisters and sometimes twins. Victoria was a jovial, smart and easygoing girl. We shared everything together, including our most top secrets, but she has one bad character which I've always talked to her to change, but she refused. She lives a carefree life, and I don't care life. She doesn't care about consequences of things or her actions, especially when she wants to exhibit them. This her I don't care life led her to urinate on the grave of a dead man in a graveyard. It was on a fateful Saturday evening. We were all coming back from one of our coursemates' traditional marriage, about 33 of us. We contributed money, hired 4 buses, to and fro and went for the marriage.